I think the villain that will take up the big bad position will of course be none other than the fan favorite character, the character that everybody wants to see on the show and would make this show a million times better than it already is, and I'm of course talking about Godspeed.
Obviously, this particular comment didn't age too well.
Alright, what is going on guys, it's Tazz here, and welcome back to the channel. Now today what I've got for you guys is another Flash video. Still a bit stuffy, though I am feeling much better, but over the past couple of days we've had some really big leaks from the set of The Flash's 18th episode, which is actually directed by Caitlin Snow Killer Frost herself, Danielle Panabaker. Based off of set pictures and info from people on set, it seems like she is doing an awesome job with her episode in all aspects, which is definitely great to hear. I always love it when an actor on the show ends up getting to direct an episode. It always turns out to be a pretty great one. But with this episode directed by Danielle, there have been a lot of public filming locations, and that is where our trusty on-set friends come into play. And boy, does it feel good to be making a behind-the-scenes leaked suit video once again. I don't think I've done one of these since Nora's suit was leaked back before the season started, so it has definitely been a while, but it feels good to be doing one of these again. Yeah, I know I'm weird, but I do love going over all of these leaks. Anyway, we got some pretty awesome shots and inside scoops from our good old friends Canadagraphs, YVR Shoots, Themyscira Bound, and most recently Brittany Charlotte, all over on Twitter. So all of their info will be linked down in the description below, as I will be using some of their photos within the video. Also, Canadagraph's blog will be linked down there as well for some more on-set info from him. Huge thanks to everyone who is always on set taking these pictures. They are the real heroes here. Also, massive spoiler warning if you guys don't want to know anything about this episode, but with that said and all of the credit out of the way, let's start at the beginning. About a day or so ago, we had some pictures come out of the future 2049 cop cars out on the streets, and it has been confirmed that a majority of this episode will in fact take place in that future that Nora as well as Thawne are from, so some very interesting stuff there, but that's not even the half of it. Canadagraphs was able to take a picture of the cover page of the script, which revealed the title of the episode, that being Godspeed. So yeah, Godspeed like August Hart Godspeed from the Rebirth Flash comics. And no guys, I could not make this stuff up even if I wanted to. This fairly new Flash villain and sometimes anti-hero I guess, but in the instance of this episode, it definitely seems like he is going to be a straight up villain. Basically like a discount Zoom if you want a comparison to another speedster. There were also reports that Godspeed and Nora had a bit of a confrontation which landed them inside some sort of parking garage where Godspeed presumably killed another speedster named Leah Nelson, who is actually a character from the comics. But speaking of Nora and her relation to Godspeed, it does seem like she does have a bit of a past with him, as we do see Nora with the longer braided ponytail style hair that we saw her sport for most of last season whenever she would pop up. So that does lead me to believe that Nora may have actually had a run-in with this Godspeed before coming to our present day, so if that is the case, it would seem as if maybe Godspeed could be Nora's reverse Flash in the future possibly. But there have also been some pretty crazy theories thrown around, like this could end up being her brother or something. Not super sure about that. I think they will just leave it as Godspeed is Godspeed. They might not even reveal his name or face or anything and just save it for later on. While this episode obviously is titled Godspeed, and I'm sure we will see him outside of a flashback, I don't think they will go too in-depth with him just yet. I mean, they could, I guess, but it's kind of unlikely unless he ends up being a main player for the rest of the season at this point. I guess it is possible that Godspeed could show up quite a bit for the rest of the season from this point forward, but I think we will honestly just get a brief flashback with him, and then Nora and Barry may encounter him again when they go to the future during present day, and then Godspeed will be left to return at a later point in time, and we will then get his origin or something. You know, I don't know if they're actually going to continue on with the comic book August Hart backstory or if they're going to change it up for the show, but I'm pretty sure we will learn that at a later point. But moving on from saying the word point, something else interesting before we get to the suit. In this video from Themyscira Bound, we hear Barry and Nora talking, with Nora saying that she promises that she will never see Thawne again, and that Barry doesn't have to do something, presumably leading to him speeding off to go confront Thawne for himself. So some very interesting stuff there again. It seems like at this point of the season, either Barry and everyone else just finds out that Nora has been working with Dawn, or maybe something happens with their encounter with Godspeed, which actually ends up leading to this conversation here. Not totally sure, but it is going to be pretty interesting, I know that for sure. Another behind the scenes picture has something pretty interesting as well. There's a sign with the Flash and the villain of Razor from the comics advertising an exhibit at the Flash Museum. Razor isn't really a major comic character or anything, just a big slippery boy with razors. That's pretty much all there is to him. Probably won't actually see the character, but a cool sign little Easter egg advertisement there nonetheless. But anyway, on to the main event here, and that is obviously the big old picture of Godspeed in his suit. I do want to preface this by saying there is just a stunt double under the mask, so again, I think that means they will save the reveal of the character for a later time, or it just doesn't really matter in the context of the episode. Kind of like Accelerated Man or something. I'm pretty sure that's what they did for him too, just threw a stunt double under the mask and left him there in his cool looking suit. But either way, we do have one full look here at Godspeed all suited up, looking like Goldface bled all over the Michelin Man. But in all seriousness, guys, this suit actually does look really good. It is one of the most comic accurate suits that we probably do have here within the Arrowverse. I love the colors. I think the white and the gold and everything off of this suit just really pops. It does look kind of different from what I expected the suit to look like. I mean, it doesn't have that same design that a lot of the new Arrowverse suits have, like the Flash suit and the Batwoman suit and everything. It doesn't have that kind of textured spandex look. I guess you would describe it more as like a skin-tight rubber leather bodysuit or something with a bit of a, I don't know if that's a cowl or a mask or just like a full-on helmet or something that he's wearing, but it does actually look pretty good, I think. Like I said, we've got all of the gold accents and highlights, and the lightning bolt symbol in the chest looks really good. The mask looks basically comic accurate. I can't really see if it has the gold eyes or anything. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Can't really tell from this picture here. The helmet, I think, probably is the only thing I really have a problem with. It looks a bit weird in this picture. Maybe it's just the angle or something, but yeah, that's about it on the suit. So here you go, comic book Godspeed ripped right off the page and thrown on screen. I know some people just wanted him on the show because he looks cool, and yeah, I've got to admit, he does look pretty cool, and if he's done right, I think he can live up to what he is in the comics. Personally, I loved Godspeed the most in the comics when he was a bit of an anti-hero, but it does seem like they're going more the villain route, at least for this episode. So yeah, I guess get excited for that if you do like villainous Godspeed. I am just a little bit confused. It seems kind of random to just kind of throw him in here in one episode like this. I really hope he doesn't end up being like Accelerated Man, looking cool and then just being forgotten, but from the suit and everything else that we know about this episode, it does seem like we're going to be getting one pretty interesting Godspeed episode. But overall, guys, a quick little recap here. Episode 18 of The Flash Season 5, directed by Daniel Panabaker, will be titled Godspeed, and we will see the introduction of said character. The episode is going to have a mostly future focus, where it seems like we will be seeing a few flashbacks with a younger version of Nora taking on Godspeed, and we're going to be getting some pretty awesome interactions there between her and Barry and Godspeed, and it seems like everybody is going to know, and it's all going to be out in the open, that yes, she is in fact working with Eobard Thawne. Personally, all of the Nora future stuff with Thawne and everything has been way more interesting and definitely my favorite part of the season compared to all of the Cicada stuff. I also do like the Killer Frost things this season, but I think if I had to pick a favorite part of this season, it has to be the Nora and Thawne future relationship. Okay, yeah, that sounds kind of weird, but just their future partnership. Don't get the wrong idea, guys. Anyway, I know it was a meme for a while, and I did get in on the fun over the summer and everything, but the episode itself seems like it is going to be a pretty awesome one, introducing Godspeed, and again, especially since Daniel Panabaker is directing it, I'm definitely pretty excited. And again, here at the end of the video, huge thanks to everyone who took these set pictures and got all of this info from set. All of the links to everyone are down in the description, so go check them out for more set info like this. So with that said, guys, what do you think about all of these leaks for this episode? Are you excited that Godspeed is coming to the show? What did you think about the suit, and what do you think is really going on with him in episode 18, rightfully titled Godspeed? I want to know your thoughts on all of this down in the comments below. But until next time, guys, it's been Tazz, and I'll see you guys in the next video.